A couple of weeks ago, on the 25th of February, me and Ben, who you may know from a few other videos on this channel, including the Doctor Who commentaries, went to Doctor Who Time Fracture and spent the day up in London doing various Doctor Who things. So before we went to Time Fracture, as I think we had a 6 o'clock evening slot, we went to the Who shop in Upton Park. If you haven't been there, it's a shop completely dedicated to Doctor Who, filled with loads of memorabilia, merchandise, props, replicas, you name it, they've got it. So after spending a couple of hours of looking around there, they've also got a museum out the back, so we had a little look around there. Got to see loads of props. I think there was Marco Polo's costume, the actual one from Marco Polo, 1964, which is very impressive to still be in one piece, you know, considering 2022. So that was very, very good. I nearly bought a Invasion Cyberhead, which was like an insane amount of money. So I didn't. I actually left empty-handed, which, you know, is a very rarity. We also went to a couple of Doctor Who locations on the way to Soho, where the Doctor Who Time Fracture is. So we went to Butler's Wharf, which is obviously famous for being the location of Resurrection of the Daleks. Yeah, it was. There goes a little video now.
Hello. We're at Resurrection of the Daleks location. Very nice, very beautiful. It's been for lunch, been very good. You know, there's a bloke riding a very strange bike thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah. Get run over in a bit.
From there, we went off straight to Doctor Who Time Fracture, after going to a couple of pubs, of course. This video will contain spoilers about Doctor Who Time Fracture, sort of a given considering this is an overview. But if you want to go into it completely blind, sort of like I did, I watched a little bit of people's reactions, but I didn't want to know too much of the details of the story or anything, then stop watching or skip to the end, because I'm going to be talking about it. Yeah. So the time came, 6 o'clock. We were lining up outside for Doctor Who Time Fracture, as you can see by the photos I've taken. We weren't allowed to take any videos or photos during the actual play. However, we did video and take photos of the set after the play was finished, which we were allowed to. So, after queuing up and going in, the play started and we went through the unit lab set, which looked really incredible actually. It really felt like a proper immersive experience, which was great because, you know, obviously this is probably for kids, but, you know, going even as adults, you still get immersed, and it is brilliant. I was, you know, standing there chuckling to myself like a lunatic while going through the time tunnels. So yeah, really, really good stuff. So obviously there are two different storylines you can take each time you go. This time it was the Elizabeth I courtroom with William Shakespeare. So me and Ben we actually got taken off by Shakespeare as to perform in the play. There was no acting involved. It was just us sort of standing up on stage, and then a time freeze happened or whatever. But yeah, it was really good. I got to perform Queen Elizabeth in front of Queen Elizabeth, which is quite daunting, but it was a good laugh. It was a good laugh. So after the courtroom set, we get taken to this bar area where we can have a little break, have a drink. There's someone on stage singing, which is, yeah, it was really good. It was a really good atmosphere in there. After you stand at the bar for maybe about 10-15 minutes, you get taken through to the next bit of the story. There's an Ood running around who's been killed. And then we ended up in this corridor. Now you walk in, it was completely dark, and there's mannequins sort of standing around with sort of dismembered, no heads, no arms, etc. So I think we were both thinking, okay, Autons, you know, okay, this is going to be cool. So there's a group of us, and we're all standing there in the middle of this sort of corridor. The lights are flickering, it's quite dark. The guys, you know, doing part of the story, and then all of a sudden, bang, lights go out, come back on. Weeping angels are standing at both ends of the corridor. We're you know, surrounded. The way we've come in and the way forward, weeping angels. And I think I was sort of standing there thinking, oh, okay, well, their statues, their hydraulics are swung around as weeping angels. Pretty cool. But then the lights go out again, and bang, all of a sudden, they've gotten closer. And so obviously they were actors as well. But it was completely terrifying and brilliant at the same time. Me being a lunatic was standing there chuckling away, and everyone else is obviously pretty petrified. Then again, the lights go out again, and bang, even closer. And it was, I mean, you couldn't even see them move. Okay, the lighting wasn't great, so maybe if the lighting was like full on, you'd be able to see them sort of twitching a little bit, but didn't see any of that. So then obviously they're getting closer and closer, and in the end the guy's like, quiet, run, come on, go, run. So poor Ben, I just leave him behind. I left him for the mercy of the angels. So anyway, we go up these stairs, and then we are in the Time Lord's sort of citadel, sort of trial room. Oh, and that's it. I should probably said this at the beginning. The whole point of us in the second half of this is we're trying to get to Gallifrey. Well, anyway, we're trying to get to Gallifrey, and anyway, so there's a little section of Gallifrey which we're standing there in the courtroom, and we're supposed to be like Time Lords, and all the different chapters are there, and there are 4 or 5 sort of, you know, people in the full Time Lord get up in the middle performing, and quite a bit happens there. I'm not going to spoil it in case one you haven't gone, or and not that it's going to be open for much longer anyway, to be honest with you. But closes in April. But if you still want to go, then I urge you to do so, because it was really great. And yeah, so the story ends there. This is very vague, and I've been rambling on for like 10 minutes or so, just under. But this is not scripted at all. So, yeah, this is what happens when I don't script anything. So then we come out back into the unit set from the first location. And I think we get a bit overexcited. As I say,
really good, really good. We should do it again.
I want to do it now. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it again now.
And then what we didn't realise was there was a TARDIS in the background. So we turn around, and then obviously we all run up to the TARDIS. Everyone's there, and everyone's having photos taken outside this TARDIS. So of course we got a photo, because you know, that's like a given. There's a TARDIS, you'll have a photo taken in front of it.
We're trapped. We're trapped in here. We can't get out. We don't know where we're going.
Turn the camera around.
I also got in the gift shop, because there was a gift shop after. I got a programme. It was only £10, but it's a really, really good programme. It sort of shows off all the sets and everything, and a lot of time and a lot of effort has been put into Time Fracture and this programme and the whole immersive show. And obviously they had all that drama going on with all the flooding, because I think we were supposed to go originally last November, but then we had to cancel. well, they had to cancel because of the flooding, so we basically had to rearrange, and the next time we could go was end of February. But yeah, I'm so glad that we actually got around to doing it, because it really was great. I keep saying that, but I just don't want to spoil too much if you still want to go and do it. But I highly recommend you do. And I think I've watched a few of these reviews before I went, and I think quite a few people said that they cried. And I can see how emotional people can get, because it was really well done. It was beautiful. It really was. You're sort of standing there and you're sort of like, yeah, you know, like all these people, all of these Doctor Who fans, they're my people, you know. You're there with your own people, and you're there celebrating and getting involved with something that, you know, that everyone there loves. So I couldn't recommend it highly enough, you know. It was really good. Will I go again? I'd like to go again. If I have a chance to go again before it closes, I will. I definitely will. Because I'm really interested to see the other storylines as well, actually. I've heard there's a Cyberman one, which is really good. I'm so glad we got the Weeping Angel, because that Weeping Angel section was by far the best bit for me out of the whole thing. And the whole thing was really good. Great day out. Go with your mates. It's a laugh. And yeah, it's going to be a memory and one of those things that I sort of cherish forever. We don't really have many Doctor Who sort of shows or anything anymore. Not like 10, 15 years ago when there was loads and loads. I used to go to loads when I was a kid. So yeah, if you're thinking about going, then go, because it's really good. Or if you're thinking it's not for you, maybe give it a second thought, because I can't stop talking about it, really. And it was 2 weeks ago that I went. So I think enough time has passed for my mind to have sort of made up what I think of it. I've made up my mind of what I think of it. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. And I'm going to stop rambling on now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you for whatever I do next time. So you've just seen another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to keep watching and subscribe. Leave a comment as well to Louis Marcus's YouTube channel. That's me, by the way, in case you were wondering.